guy jumping out the window situation.
What happened?
Well, I came out the car. I seen somebody jump out the window, and I'm knocking on the door for like 30 minutes.
But a guy just jumped out the window, but you gotta knock on your own door.
Exactly.
That I don't know, Your Honor.
His grandmother said that I wasn't his father.
I don't believe that. And if she did say that to him, it was because she was just so fed up.
I sit in this same seat countless times and I see men that say, well, I don't know if it's my child, Your Honor, so I'm not showing up at a hospital. I'm not coming by to see this baby. I don't even want to hold the baby. I don't even want to buy the baby a bottle.
Jerome, the court officer, is given a shout out for his stellar assistance. Up on the docket today is the case of Hicks versus Smith, featuring Ms. Hicks, who's chasing down a DNA test to confirm if Mr. Smith is the dad of her adorable 3-month-old daughter, Honesty. Strap in, because things are about to heat up.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Hicks versus Smith.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Hicks, you say the sins of your past have brought you into court today to save your relationship. You are petitioning the court for a DNA test to prove that the defendant is the father of your 3-month-old daughter, Honesty.
The emotions are hitting the fan. Ms. Hicks lays out the emotional roller coaster this paternity dispute has her on, but she's rock-solid confident about knowing who fathered her kids. Enter stage left, her sister Carlicia, throwing shade and alleging Ms. Hicks has been playing fast and loose with the truth about her partners. Courtroom tension skyrocketing.
So, Ms. Hicks, how does it make you feel hearing Mr. Smith deny paternity?
I know I've only slept with him, and I know who my children belong to. Hearing this from him and him getting it from my own full-blooded sister, it just bores me.
Tell the truth.
It bores me.
She telling false lies, okay? I know for a fact that he was not the only one she was
I guess you're there in the
sleeping
same
with.
bed with me when I'm sleeping with these people. I get.
The stakes couldn't be higher if they tried. Mr. Smith recounts a gnarly medical saga following an injury, which, according to his squad of docs, supposedly zapped his baby-making abilities. He's thrown his medical records into the ring for the court to eyeball. Ms. Hicks isn't buying it and fires back, suggesting little Honesty's very existence begs to differ. You won't believe what's next.
I used to work out a lot, and one time I strained myself too hard, and I had to go to the hospital, and the doctor told me that I couldn't have kids, that my testicles had dropped by that time.
You submitted some evidence to the court. Male hypogonadism is a condition in which the body doesn't produce enough testosterone or has an impaired ability to produce sperm or both. This is what the doctor diagnosed you with?
Yes, Your Honor.
This testimony is off the charts. Mr. Smith comes armed with receipts, specifically a spicy text message from another dude to Ms. Hicks. This nugget aims to cement his claim of her playing the field. Ms. Hicks is on the ropes, claiming amnesia on that particular message. The truth is dangling by a thread here.
I went through her phone and found text message, and it said when I can get that kitty cat.
Oh, you saw a text message?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
And you submitted your recollection of that exchange to the court. The other guy said, I missed that kitty cat. And Ms. Hicks responded, you know he leaves, so you can come over anytime.
Yes, Your Honor.
You saw this message and you feel like she was definitely sleeping around.
Yes, Your Honor.
How could this get any more dramatic? Buckle up for a wild recount of a past escapade where another man supposedly did a high-stakes window exit when Mr. Smith popped by. This tale is whipped out to paint a vivid picture of trust issues and relationship chaos. The courtroom's jaws on the floor. The plot twist coming up will blow your socks off.
The guy jumping out the window situation.
What happened?
Well, I came out the car. I seen somebody jump out the window, and I'm knocking on the door for like 30 minutes.
But a guy just jumped out the window, but you gotta knock on your own door.
Exactly.
Were you there when the guy jumped out the window?
Oh,
Ms.
yes,
Hicks?
ma'am. I was in my car. I'm looking at him run through the field.
And it took her at least 30 minutes to open up the door.
Every second counts now. The tale of the pregnancy reveal unfurls, complete with the drama of initial negative, then positive test results. Mr. Smith's emotional whirlwind is spotlighted. He's grinning like a Cheshire cat, but internally freaking out due to his alleged medical condition. Hang tight. The expert witness is about to flip the script.
Take me to the point you realize you're pregnant.
Mr. Smith, he came to me and said, I've been sick, I've been throwing up, and I've been feeling funny, so I think you need to take a pregnancy test. I took the first one, it came out negative. He was like, go ahead and take the other one so we can see the results of that one. So I takes the other one while he's right there in the bathroom watching. It immediately pops up that it was positive. And so he was like, I knew it. He was happy.
This expert testimony is a total game changer. Dr. Jamila Gator steps up to the plate to drop some serious medical knowledge about Mr. Smith's condition, hypogonadism, and its fertility implications. This bit of science throws a new light on the paternity puzzle, swaying the courtroom's vibe big time. The much anticipated results are up next, and trust me, you'll want to see this.
Hi, Dr. Gator.
Hi.
I need to talk to you today about a medical condition Mr. Smith said he was diagnosed with several years ago called hypogonadism, that he he's now unable to father children. So I first want to understand more about what this condition is exactly.
So hypogonadism is when the body doesn't produce enough testosterone. You can either be born with it or you can develop it later in life.
Here comes the moment of truth. The climax of the episode hits as Judge Lake unveils the DNA test results. Drum roll, please.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Smith, you are the father.
The courtroom is absolutely electric as the proceedings kick off. Ron, the court officer, gets a warm shout out as the session rolls into action, and the case of Norris v. Norris is unveiled like the season finale of your favorite show. The audience and the involved parties exchange a round of cordial nods and handshakes. Buckle up, folks. The drama train is leaving the station.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Norris v. Norris.
Thank you, Ron. Good day, everyone. Mrs. Norris, you claim Johnny B. Norris Sr. has been denying he fathered your son for the past 22 years. You say today's paternity results will prove him wrong.
The emotional roller coaster cranks up a notch as Mr. Norris dives into memory lane. He recounts the epic saga of their yard wedding, which, according to him, was more of a shotgun affair, pressured but filled with love at the time. Don't touch that dial, because the plot is about to twist into a pretzel.
My son, we were married by my father in our front yard. We had a yard wedding, Your Honor.
It was a shotgun wedding, y'all. When she became pregnant, I myself, I thought it'd be the right thing to do as far as marrying her.
Clouds of doubt and a dash of suspicion fog up Mr. Norris's tale. He paints a vivid picture of Ms. Norris taking mysterious weekend getaways, sparking rumors of rendezvous with her ex. These escapades throw a hefty shade of doubt over his paternity status, further stirred by Granny's whispers that he might not be the dad. The tension could be cut with a knife. Stay tuned.
That I don't know, Your Honor.
His grandmother said that I wasn't his father.
I don't believe that. And if she did say that to him, it was because she was just so fed up.
Okay, take me back, though. I want to understand this because you said you all got married in the yard.
Yes, ma'am.
And at that time, you had just had your son and named him Junior.
Yes, ma'am.
The storyline thickens as Mr. Norris makes a blockbuster decision. On the cinematic occasion of their son's 8th birthday, he chooses to pack up and head to the scenic views of Seattle, putting miles and emotional walls between him and his family's saga. What unfolds next is guaranteed to drop jaws.
What happened?
He left. He disappeared.
On your son's 8th birthday?
No, ma'am, that's not how it happened at all.
What happened?
Actually, what happened was prior to his birthday, her and I wasn't getting along. There wasn't no need me hanging around. And like I said, she had been gone. You know, she'd be gone from time to time. So I was basically just there.
Just when you think all hope is lost, Ms. Norris steps up her game. After relocating to the peachy vistas of Georgia, she teams up with a savvy friend to track down a lead on Mr. Norris's kin online, sparking a fleeting reconnection filled with promises that vanish quicker than a Snapchat message. But folks, the curtain hasn't closed yet.
Ms. Norris, at what point do you decide to search for Mr. Norris Sr.? Where is he?
Yeah, I was like, how can somebody just abandon? When I decided to search for him, it was about 6 years ago, I believe. I had moved to Georgia with a friend. She helped me to go online, and we were able to find a family member of Mr. Norris.
As Beverly grabs the mic, prepare for secrets to spill like tea. Beverly, the new Mrs. Norris, spills the beans on how Facebook sleuthing and neighborhood gossip led her to uncover the saga of the possible other son. It's a soap opera within a courtroom, and the next reveal is bound to be a stunner.
It is my understanding that you are married to Mr. Norris.
Yes, I am.
How did you find out that your husband might have a son?
I heard rumors through the years. I checked it out myself. I got on Facebook and I contacted his son, got Mrs. Norris's number, and talked to her on the phone.
And when you spoke with her, what did she tell you?
I asked her, had she divorced him? And she said no.
The courtroom is on the edge of its seats as the DNA results are about to drop.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Norris Sr., you are not his father.
Judge Lake kicks off the showdown. With a warm but firm greeting, Judge Lake sets the stage in the courtroom, introducing the juicy case of Webb v. Forrest. Mr. Webb has been waiting for this day for what feels like an eternity, or just 2 years, but who's counting? Eager to unravel the paternity mystery of Ms. Forrest's kiddo. Buckle up, folks. This drama's just heating up.
Mr. Webb, you have been waiting 2 years for this day. You claim the defendant, Mrs. Forrest, left you for dead only to find out once you got out of a coma that she was pregnant and that the baby could be be yours or her husband?
Yes, Your Honor.
The soap opera unfolds. Ms. Forrest spills the tea on her roller coaster romance with Mr. Webb, how she ditched her husband for a fling, then boomeranged back to him. As she admits to skipping protection, whispers ripple through the courtroom. The plot's thickening, and it's getting saucy.
Were you using protection at the time?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Webb, what is your take on this?
It didn't happen like that at first. Yes, we was in love. Towards the end, I was on life support.
No, that's not how it
And
happened.
As soon as I got out the hospital, I had got a phone call saying that she was pregnant. I heard it from my aunt first. It was a possibility that Elena was my child.
Suspicion and side-eye from Mr. Webb. Mr. Webb dishes out his doubts about Ms. Forrest's loyalty, poking holes in her alibi of work schedules and shady finances. His suspicion meter is off the charts, and he's convinced something's fishy about who the real daddy is. Hold on to your hats, it's about to get wild.
And so what did you suspect? Because something was missing out of her check?
She would get off at 10 o'clock. It would take at least 15 minutes to get home.
So it was missing time and missing money.
Yes, Your
Where
Honor.
she was MIA.
Yes,
No,
Your Honor.
All right.
And I know for a fact it took 45 minutes to get from her work
And at the,
No,
to
Your Honor.
the house.
That's a lie.
and at the time,
Ms. Forrest, let me just ask you point blank. Were you sleeping with anyone else besides Mr. Webb and your husband?
no, Your Honor.
Ms. Forrest drops a timeline bomb. In a plot twist, Ms. Forrest confesses to juggling nights with both Mr. Webb and her husband right around the baby-making time. The date math puts both gents in the hot seat. Oh boy, things are about to get naughty.
How did you find out she was pregnant?
She had called me the day out of the hospital. I was on my way to Illinois with my dad. I got a phone call. We had a discussion. She said that I may be the father, but then again, I may not be because she was back with Mr. Forrest.
So it was the middle of September when she found out.
It was in August whenever she found out that she was
No.
pregnant.
Judge Lake turns detective. With the precision of a seasoned sleuth, Judge Lake dissects the conception timeline, underlining the dates Ms. Forrest got cozy with both contenders. The room buzzes with uncertainty. Baby daddy drama at its finest.
And then you take it back 9 months later, that takes it to the week of August 26th through August 31st.
August 26th through August 31st, you were sleeping with your...
Just my husband.
The thing about it, Your Honor, is the day that before I went on to life support, we did have sex.
Well, that was the question I was about to ask. So you saying August 25th, you all were intimate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Ms.
Yes,
Forrest?
Your Honor.
Emotions and legal threats explode. Mr. Webb shares his heartache over missing out on kitty milestones, hinting he's not about to let Ms. Forrest play gatekeeper any longer. Tempers flare as legal threats fly across the courtroom. Emotional fireworks are just getting started.
Now you here to tell me you know for sure that your child is fathered by Mr. Forrest and you've got this close proximity?
He looks just like my husband. She takes after him.
But you do realize this difference in time, this is all a part of the same window of conception. You do understand that, right, Ms. Forrest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Forrest plays the fear card. Panic, Ms. Forrest admits she's been gatekeeping to keep Mr. Webb at bay, scared he might swoop in and claim her mini-me. This confession sparks a fiery debate on rights and parenting. Fasten your seatbelts. It's heating up in here.
Terms where he
I
wanted to
have
go.
drove from Illinois whenever she told me that I could meet Elena. I spent the last $80 I had to put in gas.
So-
She had backed out, changed her phone number. 3 weeks later,
And that's like
I
every
moved
number
back
I
to
get from you,
Tennessee
it's always
and tried to
changed.
contact her to meet Elena, and she would not contact me back. That is why
And
we
so,
are here today.
Elena is 2 years old.
Yes, Your Honor.
The courtroom digs into motives. The air thickens as secrets unravel, showing Ms. Forrest might have been playing keep away more out of spite than safety. Judge Lake isn't buying the fear factor and hints at a power play. The drama escalates. Can you believe this?
No, I have
So
never
therefore,
said that, Your Honor.
he ain't there for
I
2
have
years.
been in tears for the last 2 years trying to meet my daughter.
When I talked to
have
him and
had
told him
to
I was
create
pregnant.
a fake Facebook account just to see pictures of Elena.
Why you would not just allow him to see her if you thought it was a possibility that he could be her
They have
dad
all been
for
under
2
his term.
years.
Mr. Forrest steps into the confessional. In a moment of rare honesty, Mr. Forrest acknowledges the dual daddy dilemma, admitting the kid could belong to either him or Mr. Webb. The confession adds layers to the already complex drama. Brace for impact, folks.
Are you convinced you're her biological father?
There's a possibility, yes, but I don't know for 100%.
You're raising her as,
My own.
so she thinks you're her daddy.
She
Correct.
calls him
Calls
daddy.
you daddy.
He calls me daddy.
He doesn't want to meet under my term.
I sit in this same seat countless times and I see men that say, well, I don't know if it's my child, Your Honor, so I'm not showing up at a hospital. I'm not coming by to see this baby. I don't even want to hold the baby. I don't even want to buy the baby a bottle.
The big reveal, DNA drama climax. As Judge Lake unveils the DNA results, the courtroom holds its breath.
It has been determined by this court that her biological father is Mr. Webb. Be clear, you did not just cheat him. You cheated her. Cheated her.
The courtroom was buzzing with anticipation, the air crackling like popcorn in a microwave as Mr. Fegan stood up with the confidence of a lion tamer. He loudly proclaimed his reason for storming the courtroom today to prove Ms. Pinkston is his biological daughter, a secret he's been sitting on for over 40 years like a forgotten Easter egg. He was sure the DNA evidence would back him up, and oh boy, you're not ready for the twist coming up next.
Mr. Fegan, you're here to prove that Ms. Pinkston is your biological daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
You claim you kept this secret for 40 years, but now say the DNA will prove your case.
That's right, Your Honor.
Ms. Pinkston, you stand before me without any doubt that Mr. Fegan is not your biological father.
The courtroom felt more like a theater as Mr. Fegan dived into the soap opera of his past. He shared a spicy tale of his fling with Ms. Pinkston's mom back when disco was still a thing, admitting it was a major oops since she was already hitched. He revealed their brief but fiery affair, which ended with a pregnancy bombshell. Grab your popcorn. This emotional roller coaster has more loops to go.
And Miss Pinkston's mother had an affair. We worked together at a plant. We got to know each other.
You spent a lot of time together.
A lot of
Because you
time
worked
together.
a lot of hours.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Did you know she was married?
Well, yes, at the time it was wrong, but we
How long did the affair last?
5 or 6 months, maybe somewhere.
When she told you, did she say, and I think you are the father?
She
Or you
told me
might
I
be?
was the father.
Everyone held their breath as if they were underwater as Ms. Pinkston outlined how this bombshell messed with her teenage years. Discovering your dad might not be your dad after all, major drama. Plus, there was a cringeworthy twist about a potential romance with a cousin from Mr. Fegan's side. Drama, drama, drama. Just wait till you hear what happens next.
That was it. It's the worst day of my life.
And you're 16 years old?
Yeah.
And I can see it hurts you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Just thinking about it. Did you not want to believe it, or you just...
I didn't believe it.
She, to this day, Your Honor, she does not believe that. That's why.
I
am
got.
here.
Did you ever talk to your father, the man you believe
No,
your father?
my dad passed away never knowing the secret. From the time I was 16 until I was 27, we never spoke of this subject, ever.
The courtroom was all ears, clinging to every word as Ms. Pinkston stood her ground. She was adamant that the dad on her birth certificate, Mr. Gus Pinkston, was her real MVP, no matter what any DNA test said. Mr. Fegan added his 2 cents about keeping the affair under wraps out of respect. But honestly, the tension was building up like a season finale cliffhanger.
What was it like for you? I mean, you believe you have a biological child, you've had an affair with a woman, and now you can't even say anything or be acknowledged as a father. How was that for you?
It hurt me, Your Honor, in that sense, and just to see her do the things that a father would do. I missed all that.
As Mr. Fegan recounted his bold move post Mr. Pinkston's curtain call, the courtroom couldn't believe their ears. He thought it was a good idea to just pop by and drop the grandpa grenade on Ms. Pinkston's kids during a family BBQ. Ms. Pinkston wished he had been more upfront rather than turning their lives into a reality show. Brace yourselves. The next part is a jaw dropper.
And Mr. Fegan, he comes over, and I had my kids there. Really didn't know him, but when my dad passed away, he decided to take it upon himself to tell my kids that he's their grandfather.
When you went to speak to the children, had you had a conversation with her first to ask if it's
No.
okay?
I figured it was
No.
already done, Your Honor,
No.
through her.
The tension was thicker than a bowl of oatmeal as the judge got ready to drop the DNA bomb. Everyone was on the edge of their seats, popcorn forgotten as the moment of truth approached. This was more suspenseful than a horror movie marathon at midnight.
How to move forward is to get the results. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, Lord,
Ron,
yes.
the envelope, please. I know this
Already
is
know.
emotional. If you'd like to take a seat, you're welcome. I know this is a very difficult day.
I already know. In my heart, I know she's mine.
In the case of Fegan versus Pinkston,
You could hear a pin drop, followed by a collective gasp as the DNA results were revealed.
you are not her
Oh,
father.
my God.
Oh, Lord, no.
Oh,
Oh, no.